punch in your face. Okay? It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro.
Alyssa Thomas, that's what she does. She uses her body.
Picture this, June 24th, 2026. Phoenix Mercury and Indiana Fever are battling it out. Second quarter. And then it happens. Alyssa Thomas catches Caitlin Clark right in the throat while she's already down on the floor. The ball's nowhere near the play. The whistle's already blown. Dead ball, plain and simple. But that's not even the worst part. Thomas then steps right over Clark, like she's not even there. Like she's just an object in her way. And that's when things exploded. Every corner of the basketball world lit up. Fans, coaches, analysts, everybody had something to say. But one voice hit different. Shaquille O'Neal, 7'1", for championship rings. A Hall of Famer. This is a guy who took more hits and more punishment in his career than almost anyone who's ever played the game. If anyone knows where the line is between tough basketball and flat-out dirty, it's Shaq. And here's the twist. Shaq's always been one of Angel Reese's biggest supporters. But even he couldn't stay quiet after seeing this. He came out and set it straight. Enough is enough. So when Shaq speaks, the WNBA better listen. Let's get into it.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin.
So why did Shaq finally speak up? His answer was simple. Enough is enough. Now here's what makes this even bigger. Shaq wasn't always in Clark's corner. He admitted it himself, no filter. On Angel Reese's podcast, he flat out said he used to doubt her. He'd say things like, "She's not making that shot," over and over. But then she kept making the shot. And Shaq being Shaq, he respects results. If you prove him wrong enough times, he'll tell you straight, you earned it. So think about that for a second. This is a man who openly doubted Clark. A self-proclaimed hater, in his own words. And after seeing what happened on that court with his own two eyes, something in him just flipped. He couldn't stay on the fence anymore.
Final four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because, you know, I'm down. She was like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not going to hit that shot, bam. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot.
Talking to Sports Illustrated, Shaq laid it all out. He said Clark does things the right way. And get this. He even admitted that because Angel Reese is like family to him, he'd stayed quiet about Clark before. But now, he couldn't hold back anymore. He said Caitlin Clark is legit, plain and simple. He even joked that he tries to find something to criticize when he watches her play. But he can't. She makes the smart pass, the right read, every single time. And even when other players get physical with her, even when they try to rough her up, she doesn't complain. She doesn't cry about it. She just keeps playing. And that's when Shaq said it. She's the real deal. Still early in her career, and she's already proving it.
Would love Caitlin to do is get up one time and then just slap the...
Look at what she just did. A player is already down on the ground, defenseless, and Alyssa Thomas hits her right in the throat, and then calmly steps over her like she's nothing. That's the moment that just broke the internet, and even Shaquille O'Neal couldn't stay silent about it. Let's rewind to June 24th, 2026. Phoenix Mercury versus Indiana Fever. A little over 3 minutes into the second quarter, players are battling for a loose ball on the floor. Nothing unusual so far. That's just basketball. But then everything changes. Caitlin Clark is already down. The ball is long gone. The play is dead. And that's exactly when Alyssa Thomas makes contact with Clark's neck. Replays show it clearly, a fist to the throat, followed by a knee driven into her leg while she's still on the ground. Two separate, deliberate hits on a player who couldn't even defend herself. And here's the part that makes it worse. There was a referee standing right there on the baseline. No whistle, no foul, nothing. Clark had to leave the game with a back injury and never returned. Think about that for a second. The biggest star in the WNBA, taken out of a game because of a fist to the throat that officials somehow didn't see fit to call. Now here's where it gets bigger than just one game. Shaquille O'Neal, 7'1", for NBA championships, a Hall of Famer, and arguably the most physically dominant player the sport has ever seen, decided to speak up. And when Shaq talks about physical play, people listen. Because this is a man who took more punishment on the court than almost anyone alive and always found a way to fight through it. Shaq wasn't always a fan of Clark, and he's admitted that himself. On Angel Reese's podcast, he openly said he used to doubt her. He'd watch her line up a shot and think there was no way she'd make it. But she kept hitting those shots over and over until Shaq had no choice but to respect what he was seeing. That's when his opinion started to shift. Then, in an interview with Sports Illustrated, Shaq went even further. He said Clark plays the game the right way. Smart passes, smart decisions, no complaining even when opponents get rough with her. He even joked that he tries to find something wrong with her game just so he can criticize her, but he can't. He said flat out that even though Angel Reese is like family to him, he has to be honest. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and she's proving it early in her career. That's exactly why what Thomas did hit different for Shaq. He had just finished praising Clark for how she handles physical contact without whining about it. And then, days later, he watches her get hit in the throat while lying defenseless on the floor. For Shaq, that's not physical basketball anymore. That's a line being crossed. He knows the difference between tough competition and a dirty, dangerous play, and this was the second one. But here's what makes this whole situation even more unsettling. 2 weeks before this incident happened, Shaq's old Lakers teammate, 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry, gave Clark a warning that now feels almost like he saw the future. Speaking to Fox News Digital, Horry said that when you're the best, everybody wants to take you down. He said he believed multiple players around the league were specifically targeting her, and that the situation kept getting worse partly because nobody was stepping in to protect her. His advice to Clark was simple: learn to protect yourself. Then Horry brought up Shaq directly. He said he played alongside one of the toughest players to ever step on a basketball court, and that Shaq took brutal hits constantly. Eventually, Shaq reached a breaking point and started fighting back, hit for hit. Horry's message was clear. Sometimes you have to respond to protect yourself, because if you don't, the league won't always do it for you. 2 weeks later, that exact warning played out in real time. Alyssa Thomas hits Clark in the throat. The referee is standing right there, and nothing happens. It's almost eerie how accurately Horry predicted this moment. Now the entire basketball community is watching to see if the WNBA actually does something about it, or if this gets brushed under the rug like so many other moments involving Clark this season. And fans are not holding back their frustration. Social media exploded within minutes. One fan pointed out how ridiculous it is that Clark gets called for a technical foul over minor contact, but a fist to the throat draws nothing. Another said this should have absolutely been a flagrant foul, calling it exactly what it was: dirty play. Others straight up called the officiating a joke. One comment really stood out. A viewer admitted they don't even normally watch WNBA games, but they were glued to this one, shocked that this kind of thing seems to keep happening to Clark. That right there is the problem. The WNBA is gaining brand new fans because of Clark, and their very first impression of the league is watching her get hit in the throat on national television with zero consequences. That's not a good look, and it's costing the league credibility in real time. The analysts weren't any softer. Former WNBA player Stacey Dales called it out directly, saying this wasn't even a basketball play. It was dangerous and completely unnecessary. She said the league needs to review it seriously. Dave Portnoy, founder of Barstool Sports, called it a flat-out cheap shot and questioned what exactly the WNBA thinks it's doing by letting this slide. And then there was Indiana head coach Stephanie White, who did not hide her anger at the post-game podium. She said officials have to make that call, no excuses. She pointed out that this isn't an isolated incident either, referencing a similar situation from just 2 nights earlier. Her exact words were that it's completely unacceptable, and she said it more than once for emphasis. 2 obvious cheap shots on a generational talent, both missed by officials, even after one of them was reviewed on the monitor. Nothing changed. Nothing was called. Shaq's entire career was built on absorbing physical punishment and firing right back. He knows what real toughness looks like on a basketball court, but he also knows the clear difference between a hard, physical possession and a cheap shot on someone who's already down and can't protect themselves. That's the exact line Robert Horry warned about weeks earlier, and it's the same line that defined Shaq's whole playing career. In the NBA, there are rules for moments like this. Flagrant fouls exist. Suspensions happen. Players face real consequences. But in this case, the WNBA reviewed the play and simply walked away from it. That inaction is the real story here, bigger than the foul itself. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark deserves better than this. So does every new fan who's tuned in because of her and is now watching moments like this play out without consequence. And so does the respect Shaq now has for a player he once openly doubted. Respect that was earned through performance on the floor and should be protected the same way. So here's the real question. How many games should Alyssa Thomas be suspended for? Can the WNBA still protect Caitlin Clark moving forward? Or has this situation already spiraled too far out of control? This is exactly why so many people are paying such close attention right now to what players say, what coaches say, and especially what legends like Shaquille O'Neal have to say. His whole career was shaped by physical basketball, so when he draws a line, people take it seriously. And right now, this entire sport is standing at a crossroads, trying to figure out exactly where that line should be. Women's basketball has never had more eyes on it. Ratings are climbing. Arenas are packed. Jerseys are flying off the shelves. Young girls everywhere are dreaming of playing at this level one day. This is a massive opportunity for the league, but with that opportunity comes serious responsibility. Every call matters. Every decision on discipline matters. Every single game shapes how millions of new fans view this league going forward. So now it's your turn. Do you think the officials got this one wrong? Should the league be taking stronger action in moments like this? Or should the line be drawn between physical basketball and plays that clearly go too far? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. That's genuinely how conversations like this keep growing. And if you want to stay locked in on everything happening with Caitlin Clark, the WNBA, and basketball legends weighing in on the biggest stories, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big story. Because in this sport, the next headline is always closer than you think.